My name is Nicole, and I am currently interning with Conference Services here at University of Dayton. University of Dayton is a private Christian-affiliated institution. It is grounded in the Catholic tradition and the Marianist charism. Conference Services is found within the Housing and Residence Life departments, and they work to bring various camps and conferences onto campus over the summer period. And so we've had a wide variety of people stay with us. We've had volleyball camps, soccer camps, cheerleaders even join us. We've also had a number of religiously affiliated groups, such as the Marianist Education Association and Teaching as Ministry. We also work with various departments on campus and have created a sound partnership with many campus partners on campus. We work with the Recplex to give our guests usage of the rec center. We work with dining services to offer up dining and catering to our guests. We obviously work with Housing and Residence Life to give them residential accommodations within our various residence halls here on campus. And we also work with other groups such as facilities to make sure that our facilities is being managed and staying up to date. We work with public safety when there are emergencies or things that they need to attend to after hours. We work with our union friends and making sure that if there are groups who want to use spaces in the union, that they're able to do that. And as an intern, I get the pleasure and opportunity of attending a lot of the meetings that we have with those campus partners. The structure of Conference Services at University of Dayton is at the top we have our Director of Housing. And then we have our Assistant Director of Conference Services and Operations, and her name is Joy, and Joy has been such a blessing this summer for me as an intern. She's very invested in not just my professional growth, but my personal growth as well. And so I work with a team of 4 other, what we call conference managers, and that is what the internship entails. We each have sort of a focus area. So I work a lot with logistics, and so bulletin boards, parking, signs, more of the administration side to make sure that our guests have all of the administration needs that they need met before they come to campus. So CAS says that the primary mission of conference and event programs is to manage institutional resources for educational conferences, workshops, events, and activities that are relative and complementary to the mission of the institution, which we very much do in Conference Services. Joy is very intentional with the conversations that she has with groups before booking to make sure that they are going to get the experience that they want, but also that their experience matches what we here at University of Dayton believe in. So CAS Standards also provides different standards and ethical guidelines for the service area as well. And some of these I wanted to highlight as I feel like they highlight really what we do very well. So the first one is conferences and event planning must collaborate with colleagues and departments across the institution to promote student learning and development, persistence, and success, which is pretty much vital to what we do. A lot of what Joy does is talking to our campus partners across the institution and making sure that we're all on the same page and that we're not only communicating but collaborating in a very efficient way. Another one that I found important is that before every conference and event, we must clearly communicate with clients and service providers about how the program is going to be managed. So one of our conference managers is in charge of client relationships, and he works primarily with making sure that our guests know exactly what to expect before they get onto campus. And once they're on campus, he works very closely with them to make sure that they continue to stay updated and that we continue to also know what's going on. Another one that I found pertinent to what we do is that personnel, when hired and through their employment, must receive appropriate and thorough training. So we do have training for all levels of conference services before beginning the position. We also have consistent training through the summer. We meet every Tuesday night, and the managers run the meetings with the conference assistants, which are the students who are sitting at the front desk. They're kind of our front line. And they really address the needs that the guests have in the moment. And so we have a weekly meeting just to make sure that we're staying up to date with those trainings and that they understand what's happening. So another CAS standard that I find pertinent is that supervisors must be cognizant of the dual roles interns and grad assistants have as both students and employees. So over the summer in our program, we still take classes and we have this internship. So My supervisor has been really great about understanding that. In fact, just today she pulled me into the office just to check in with my availability and to see how I was mentally doing with schoolwork and internship and life and all of that. So it's very much practiced within conference services, and you can feel it as the intern in the department. So another CAS standard that we fulfill at University of Dayton is that we must have the authority to initiate and fulfill contracts and written obligations. And so in conference services, we do have every client go through an agreement with us, and they have numerous contracts for dining, for recplex use, for housing and residence life accommodations, and much more. And so we keep those all on file, and we also use them for billing. As an intern this summer, I've gotten the opportunity to see those agreements and contracts, to gain a better understanding of them, and to even work with Joy on billing, which is something I had never had experience with before. Another thing that it says is that staff members must be proficient in customer service. So customer service is definitely something that we take very seriously in conference services. There is an intentional training session on customer service. We call it the fish philosophy. And if you've never heard it, I encourage you to Google it. It's a really great story about a fish market that comes back from debt by simply implementing good customer service practice. Another CAS standard is that facilities must be intentionally designed and located in suitable, accessible ways. We always ensure that we let our clients know what they're expecting from facilities before they get here. So whether beds will be bunked, whether they're suite style, whether they're community bathroom style. If they're community bathroom style, we also ask them how we can accommodate those bathrooms for them. So whether they need separate bathrooms for coaches and students, or different bathrooms for different genders, we ensure we have those conversations with them. And finally, another one that I felt really spoke to what we do is assessment. And so this year we've been really intentional about getting feedback from our clients and guests through an assessment that we leave in folders, and we put a folder in each room before our guests arrive. And so we've been getting a lot of good feedback and things that we can continue to work on through that simple form of assessment. Those are just some of the key elements of the CAS standards that I feel really stuck out to me. But with every position, there are challenges and benefits. The biggest benefit of this position is that I've grown a lot, and I've learned a lot. And I've learned a lot about the operations lens of residence life. Through the year, I'm a residence coordinator, so I don't always get the opportunity to see the big picture. But working in conference services really gives you that operational picture and gives you more to think about when you are in your other roles on campus. Some challenges is we're still kind of new. This is only the second year that Housing and Residence Life has been doing conference services on campus, and so we still have a lot of hiccups and hurdles that we're getting over. I think one of the biggest things that I've seen this summer is the importance of training our staff members adequately, and also making sure that our staff members feel that they are wanted and recognized, and that we show them the gratitude that they deserve for the work that they do. And so we have a lot of room to grow, but the cool part is that in this internship you get to see that growth and learn and grow with them. And so I highly recommend this role, and I truly hope that you'll consider it. And it's been a great summer.